Welcome back. Let's take a quick look at what we've got here. The last video crashed. I lost the 4 hours of printing and the setup and everything. I'm not going to go over the entire setup, but as I do this print, I'll explain exactly what I did. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to show the print, which is right here, the finished one. It actually did two of them. And the detail, it is so small, but it came out so clear inside there. You can actually still read that. And these are really small. But the detail is just there. There's a staircase inside there with this like DNA helix twist going from top to bottom. So yeah, I'm going to try out the slicing software today. And I'm also going to try to do two prints on the same one. I don't know if I can. I don't know if it'll work. But why would I, do two separate prints if I can do them both on the same thing? The issue I had with filament printers was doing with the filament with two, they wouldn't work very well. I don't know why, but I had issues printing more than pretty much one thing at a time. Maybe it was just my settings because I didn't mess with the slicer settings and the printer setup settings too much. I kind of tried to just use default for most of everything. So we'll see how this one works. So what we're looking at is right now I've got the select file open. I just did an update and everything for the ChituBox software. So give me a second. I'm in the it's not showing the open file window, which I'm actually at right now. All right, so we got that. Let me open a second one. I want to print that. And that. Okay. So I think we need to stand her up. So let's rotate her. So just to make sure she's upright, we'll do her 90 degrees. And then we want to rotate her on the blue. No. So I think that's going to be more of a 45. Nope. Shouldn't be 90. Yeah, she's not working too well. There we go. Let's bring her. Yeah, we'll print her sideways. And then we'll just drag and move her over to this side. And we'll move him a little bit off of the corner there. Try to get them a little closer to the center, but far enough apart that they won't interfere with each other. Put her on the plate. Put her on the plate. So let's see here. Screen capture recording. I'm already doing that. What does it do anyway? Screen recording. Interesting. Okay. We don't want to undo, redo, or clone. Auto layout. No, I'm already there. Yeah. They're not that thick. So I guess we could let it go. I don't think I need to dig a hole. I mean, how much do you think that would actually use? You think I don't think I should have to hollow them out. I mean, that is pretty solid stuff, though, if I didn't. I don't know. I've never played with it, so just to be safe, we'll just do 50% and go start, see what happens. So it does both of them. Okay, I was thinking maybe since I only had the one select, it would only do one. So she's definitely taller than him, but I do want some smaller ones like this because I really want to see the detail. And then I'm going to start printing a couple of bigger things if I can, just to give all this a test. So okay, so now we have it hollowed. And what about some supports? I guess maybe the sword might need them or something. I don't know, but let us see. We want to go with light support maybe. Yeah, we'll do medium. We'll just keep it that way. where there it is. I was gonna say, where's the button? So he doesn't need any. I did all. There we go. That looks like an awful lot of supports. Okay, so if I circle it that way and then I right click and go to move it again, it resets it all the time. So that means you have to do everything you want. Okay. See, I could see the sword needing a support. If it's going to print from his head up, yeah, okay. Actually, you know, it's printing from his feet. So I don't know if that will print. I mean, that may not be enough to stick to anything. I wonder if his orientation might need to be changed. Well, I guess this is a live and learn kind of thing. Just like with the filament printing, it was, you know, it wasn't really tough, but there was a lot to learn. But this should be all right. Let's see what we got. Let's go down. Apparently my screen. Yep, the bottom of the screen is still on my other screen. There we go. Well, software is not changing resolution with the screen, so I can't get to the bottom. There it goes. Okay, well, I am not exactly sure why this thing will not change resolutions. So let's go back over here. What are the settings? Huh. Apparently none, but let's just save this as 2-in-1. Okay. So now, where is the actual export the product? Okay, let me drag this down here real quick because I'm not seeing the yeah, there's a slice setting that we're missing that I'm getting on the other screen. It's down here. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over, and I'm going to hit, oh wait, there's a settings screen. So the profile. Alright, I don't think this is yet. This won't show in the OBS. Yeah, because it's another window and it's only set to show that window. So I am currently looking for the selection of which printer within the software here, because it says to tell it what printer you have. But I don't see that. Add a new printer. There we go. Elegoo Mars. Okay. Resolution is 1440 by 2560. Okay. Resin type is normal. Resin density. Resin cost. Layer height is 0.05. Everything is pretty much. Yeah, I'm just doing a standard profile. I'm not making a new profile. I'm using it just as it is. So let's give that a test and see what happens. There we go, settings. All right. click on settings again to make sure it saved that as the Elegoo. Yes, it did. Now I'm hitting slice. But I wonder if it's slicing both. Because I only have the captain selected. I wonder if I need to have them both selected. No, I guess not. Alright, I'm going to drop this down here so I can see the whole screen. Well, I guess the only way to find out is to actually print. So, I don't know where it saved it to, though. Let's see. Check the USB drive. I don't see it on here. Let's see. I know you can't see anything. Sorry about that. There'd just be too many damn windows I'd have to show. So where did I install that? Yep. C drive, apps folder, ChituBox 162. Yeah, I have no idea where it saved it to. There's no actual folder that says slices or anything like that. Yeah, I know, not a very interesting video, right? I am a boring person. Yeah, I do not see it on here. Okay, so it's not in there. It's not in the apps folder, in the software folder box. Alright, and in the settings, I don't see anything where it shows that it's going to save, or where it saves it. Okay, so it is showing the window over here now, but anyway, select all. Where in the hell did it slice it to? It's kind of annoying that I can't find it. I thought for sure it would save it in the folder that the app was in, or at the very least on the USB drive. It's not here. There's other models on here, but I don't think they're sliced. Just the STLs. Okay. Well, this is definitely interesting. I have never had a problem finding it. I don't even know what it calls the file when it slices it. I wonder if I saved the project, if that's where it put the file. No, it did not. The only thing inside the 3D objects folder is the 2-in-1 ChituBox thing here. So there's the ChituBox installer in the downloads. Wow, and then I don't see anything in the settings that actually say, you know, changing where you want to save stuff. That says open file, and it just takes me right to there. Yeah, I can hit slice again, and it says slicing. It doesn't tell me where it's slicing it to, unless I got to do save when it opens up that other window with the slice in it. Oh, yep, that was it. Save. Okay. Well, don't I feel stupid, right? Okay. Put in the USB drive. We're going to create a new folder. Put custom. We're going to call this 2 and 1. Okay, so now it's writing the file. Write successful. Okay, so we'll just minimize that for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and make this bigger. Okay, so we're going to take our thumb drive, turn this thing around, and you know what? I want to see if this doesn't work instead. That way I don't have to keep turning it around. So we're just going to use an extension. Now the post office lost my shipment. I have a Pi 0 W on the way, and I'm going to try to turn that into a wireless control as well, just a wireless drive actually. I'm going to be able to just send the files directly to the printer. I'll still have to come over and hit print, but I won't have to plug and unplug all the time. Okay, so I'd already made a print earlier, and I left everything out. You know, I cleaned up and everything. So what I'm going to do this time, before I do anything, is we're going to go over real quick. Now, I left this stuff in here overnight. I'm just going to kind of mix it around a little bit. And hopefully there's not so much in there. Now, I'm using a rubber spatula because I don't want to scratch the surface underneath. I've seen some people, when they get their prints off, they'll take the metal spatula, or like a putty knife, and they'll use it to scrape the build surface. This thing, not a wise idea, because you'll start scratching that up. A few scratches and that it can handle, that's fine. But what's going to end up happening is it's going to get scratched to the point where your builds are not going to stick or have a base, a proper base. Yeah, I guess I should leave that over there until I get this open. Oh, seriously? There you go. Hey, it doesn't fit. Get in there. It's just my rubbing alcohol. There we go. Put it on the towel. Drift on there. Okay. So the setup is pretty much the same. You know, you got this. I filled it up about 1/3 or so, and it seems to be that's about what's in there now. I wasn't sure how much I needed the first time, so I filled it up a couple times as it was going. Took me a minute to realize when it goes in, obviously it displaces. I mean, I knew that much. That's why you only fill it to about 1/3, because when this goes in, it's going to rise, and you don't want it to overflow. But as it starts to rise, obviously this isn't displacing as much, so I was pouring more in, thinking that I was running low, and yeah, that was stupid. It didn't affect it, but I just hope there's not too much in there now where this will actually cause it to all go wonky. So anyway, what I did with the print was I have 2 alcohol jugs, or well, 2 of these. Oh yeah, 2 of these. This was the initial one. You know, I soaked it in here for 5 minutes or so, shook it around, and got it out, rinsed it off in water. I have a bucket of water, a little baby white thing, and you know, shook it around in the water there. Then I put it into a second alcohol for about 5-10 minutes, shaking around that. Rinse it off in water, put it outside for 30 minutes or so. I actually kind of forgot they were out there. And I showed you at the beginning of the video, this is what they look like. I mean, they even have a nice feel to them. I don't feel anything sticky or anything, but compared to filament, these just feel better. And you know, you really can't see the print lines on them either. So it came out really good. All right, so for the setup, I removed the vat, put a piece of paper down in there, loosened the bolt here and the bolt on the side, and once it was all the way flat, I held it here and then tightened them. And that gave me the surface. Then I put the vat back in, poured the resin in, and you know, now we're set. So then I put this back on. Now we're going to go to print. We're going to go back. I guess that's in tool. Nope. System. Nope. Print. Does it not see my... Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so the back is weird. There's no real back. Okay. Chitu mainboard, Elegoo Mars Rook, Elegoo Mars LCD. Slice, there it is, custom. Okay. So here's my 2-in-1 right here. So I hit that, and you can't see it clear, but there's the image of the two things that's in here. So let's just hit play, and we'll see what happens. And I may have to hit stop quick. I'm going to make sure it doesn't overflow. This thing certainly does move slow, although you don't want it splashing into the resin either. But I eventually want to try printing larger and larger just to see how big a print I can actually do in this thing. Okay, it's fine. It's actually pretty much at the perfect level. You can't see it. Well, you can see a little bit of it, but there was that little metal pole and then the build plate. It's actually right at the base of the big metal part and the little pole. So it's actually, you know, the perfect height. So it is starting. According to this, it's going to take 3 hours and 19 minutes. So I will probably create a second video about taking it out and cleaning it and everything at that point. So thanks for sticking around.